Hey y'all, I'm Casey Duke, and today I'm going to be sharing with y'all my prototype for an eco-friendly home in coastal Virginia. First, I wanted to talk about why coastal Virginia. Why would I choose the area of coastal Virginia? So, it's a great place to live because of the great access to fresh water, like I've included in this photo. It also has 4 distinct seasons, which many people love, and it draws them to this area. And there's also, at the same time, not as harsh winters as some areas or extremely hot summers. So it's pretty mild. We still get all 4 seasons though, and there's a close proximity to the beach, which is another reason people love to live in this area, and that attracts people to this area of coastal Virginia. And there's an abundant amount of greenery, like you can see in this photo. Everywhere you look, you're going to see fields and trees and plants, and that's a great use for oxygen in our area. So we have good oxygen levels because of that. And I wanted to include a little bit of a personal perspective of why coastal Virginia, because I live in coastal Virginia. So why do I love it? Pretty much the same reasons. I love the moderate climate, like I said before, close to the beach. So there's always things to do outdoors. No harsh winters, no blizzards. We don't have to worry about getting stuck inside for weeks upon weeks. We have a recycling community. I think that the people in this community really love to care about the environment. We have recycling groups set into place like the VRA listed below. Solar panels are used by many people, just different techniques that people have learned that help save energy, and I love that about our area. So a thing to think about when deciding where to live or where to build a home or where to build especially an eco-friendly home is the air quality. And throughout this year, I've tried to keep up with checking to the website that I use, the tool that I used to see what kind of air quality I had in my area. And I inserted a picture here of what a typical day looks like. It says good, it's in the green, which is great air quality, and there's low levels of ozone, which is good for our health and our environment. So it's a great place to build our prototype. Here I inserted an infographic. I compared solar versus fossil fuels. So most people use fossil fuels in their homes, but solar energy is a great renewable source of energy that we can use. It's constant. The sun's always there. It's constant. I wrote about how if we love our earth, we should take care of it. We should want to leave a lighter footprint on the earth and use solar energy to create electricity. And over here I've shown some graphs that show that renewable sources are being depleted over the years, and that's why we need to all gradually switch to solar power because it is renewable. In this year, getting ready for creating this prototype, I did a lot of research, and one of the things I did was the Wind Energy Lab, which I collected data over a whole week, different times of the day, and what kind of wind we had outside. And as you can see, it varies a lot throughout the day and throughout the week, which leads me to believe that wind energy may not be the most practical source of energy for the coastal Virginia area because it's not as constant as something like the sun. Because other areas may be able to use this because they have constant wind, but we don't. It goes up and down different times. So I think solar energy would be a great option over wind energy. So here I inserted a picture with solar panels on the roof, which is what I would like my prototype to look like. My solar energy is going to be my main energy source, if you couldn't already tell. Solar panels is our main source of energy. We're going to use that for our electricity, things like that in our home. And then skylights with natural light coming in is a source of light during the day. So then at night we can use the energy that comes through our solar panels. And so I think that would be a great use of solar panels in our home. And a couple other environmentally friendly features I have discovered while researching this prototype and that I would love to include are making the home out of recycled construction materials, things that would be disposed of in a landfill or polluted somewhere. We would be able to put back into a new home for a new family. And so then we also have low flow showers and low flush toilets. I inserted a picture of comparing the two. It's a little bit of a lower flow, but you still get the same shower experience. It's still a great shower head, same with the toilets. And then the rain barrels is something really interesting that I learned about in researching for this product. They actually take the runoff from the rain instead of just inserting it into the grass and running off like a rain gutter. Insert it into the barrel so you can reuse this fresh water. And then a mud and clay foundation is another thing that I thought would be a good idea. And what would this prototype have an impact on our community? It may have an impact on you personally, but how would it help our community? So saving energy is the obvious one. It saves energy for other people in our community and for our earth. It helps our environment, of course. And there's also a couple that aren't as obvious, like lowering the building costs, the tax benefits. There's benefits and incentives for people who have an eco-friendly home or an eco-friendly car, things like that. There's also a higher property value. You could create a whole neighborhood out of the eco-friendly homes. And the main thing I want to talk about is encouraging others to follow. Where you lead, others will follow. I've heard that my whole entire life, and I love this image of a man telling his friend about recycling. So if you share something with someone else, especially someone who's close to you, like a coworker or a friend or a family member, if you have a good experience about it and you want to share it, go ahead. They may follow in your footsteps and just might save our earth. Here I inserted my web diagram of how the sunlight will be used to create electricity and energy for our house. The sunlight will go into the solar panels, which will then create energy for our house and create less pollution and will be a renewable source, so it will not run out, and it create electricity for all these things in green down here: lighting, water, heating, cooling, and the red things will be what does not happen. We won't have storage issues. We won't have toxic chemicals. There still may be a few, but not as many as there would be with fossil fuels. Here I inserted an image of my sketch of my prototype house. It has mostly the things that I've already listed, like the rain barrel on the left here, a garden with compost. We can create compost within our home instead of disposing of these items. Clay mud foundation, our skylights for natural light, solar panels all over the roof, our sun for solar energy, and our house is made of recycled materials. Here is my layout of my floor plan. It's a basic layout, has everything we need in a home. My town hall meeting was an interesting experience. After taking this class, I really was interested in going to a town hall meeting because I've never done that before, and I think it ran really efficiently and also was easy to follow. I inserted my notes from the meeting. Here, there was important topics discussed, and I really got a lot of information out of it. And then lastly, I want to show my helpful resources. Here's a couple different things for air quality information, solar panel information, different things that helped me and interested me and may help you if you are thinking about buying or creating or building an eco-friendly home. So that's all I have today for my presentation. Thank you for watching, and I'm so excited for what our future holds with eco-friendly homes. Thanks.